Today, 25th of November 2023, is the 13th day after Amavaka Poya Day, devoted to the Noble Supreme Padamuttara Munidun. As mentioned in our first 12 videos, we need to offer offerings, alms to the Supreme. Through this, we gain positive energy to bestow to the 13th Lord Buddha. The 13th, this is close friend or relative, gods and goddesses, and on the other hand, the devils and vampires, to come out from those forms and become human beings and stop the cycle of rebirth and attain nirvana. Offering of water called Pen Puja to the 13th Supreme Lord Buddha, and through these merits bestow to your 13th deceased person to transform to human life and stop the cycle of rebirth and attain nirvana. Then bestow the merits to the 13th adorable person to live a life of happiness and wellness. This exercise is taught in the form of a story through which you can understand the spiritual exercise clearly and in a memorable way. Once upon a time, there was a family who were living in a very simple, pious lifestyle. The family members, one day they thought of meeting the village monk to get blessings to enrich their lives. The monk warmly welcomed them and got into a conversation and then unveiled a practice to be offered. Dear all, you may collect water from rain, streams, rivers, wells, lakes, springs, etc., boil and sow in a clay goblet or clay pot or pintalia, as the clay goblet has a miraculous power to kill germs and keep cleansed. As soon as you wake up before 5 a.m., cleanse yourself, go to the place where the clay goblet is, pour water to the small clay ball allocated to the Supreme Divinity, and then offer the small clay ball reserved to the Supreme, and do your religious rituals, and then take 3 sips of water from the clay goblet. Pour the water to a cup that you normally use and think of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and take 3 sips and gulp. During this time, feel how the water passes through your body, how your feet touches the floor. Experience how you feel the clay ball that is about to be offered to the Supreme. After offering to the Supreme, that water can be poured to your vegetable plot. When visitors visit, you may offer beverages from this water in the goblet. Always make sure you boil the water that you collected from rain, streams, etc., and use a clean cotton cloth and filter the water 7 times and pour to the clay goblet from which you offer water to the Supreme Divinity. For the consumption of others like family members, relatives, and neighbors, boil the water and you may filter using a cloth and store in the clay goblet. Also, always make sure once you fill the clay goblet at night until next morning, keep it as it is in the clay goblet and offer to the divinity on the following day and then use for your consumption. Once a week, preferably on a Saturday, Wednesday, make sure you clean the goblet. The water that is remaining in the goblet can be poured to your vegetable plot or go to a greenery vegetable bed And when you are refilling the water to the goblet, a small clay ball of water can be offered to the Supreme. If you can follow this exercise daily at the exact allocated time, this practice is called Akhanda Vatavata. If you can determine to follow this practice, determining that after offering to the Supreme Divinity, I will use it for my use, this is called Dutanga Puja. If you can spread this practice to other devotees, this becomes Asadrishta Puja as mentioned in the previous videos. After offering the water to the Supreme and to the spiritual leader and share with others, it becomes Anumodana Puja. In the process of collecting and boiling and filtering water, you can feel the process in your senses and mind. This is called Shadayatana Puja. This exercise becomes Dhammoshata Puja by taking a deep breath to your chest, tighten up, determine that you will do well and succeed in your educational work, agricultural work, or your business activities, etc., and gradually exhale the breath. This practice can fulfill breath and offering of determination called Dhammoshata Puja. The practice of teaching this exercise to 32 devotees. To practice this exercise, you gain the Tispala Dhanya, in other words, Buddha Bhoga Puja as mentioned in other videos. Once you practice these spiritual exercises, and as mentioned in our previous videos, eventually having practiced these practices, you gain supreme energy that is equivalent to a powerful magnet. Positive aura attracts and negative vibes decline or do not attract. You too also can gain this magnetic attractive power and attract good vibes and get rid of negative energy coming to your system, said the monk. After listening to this, they all worshipped the spiritual leader and went home happily and practiced his offering of water from the goblet to the Divine Supreme. They all lived a happy life and enabled to succeed in their day-to-day activities and led a blissful life. Today, firstly, Ms. Anupama from Hantana, holding the membership number 27, Bak 2913 contributed to disseminating this historical Datiswala Puja as a Dhamma Dhanya or contribution for the dissemination of the Dhamma. May her wishes come true. May her deceased father, Mr. Jayavilal Ranasinghe, gain a blessed human life and stop the cycle of rebirth and approach to the path of Nirvana. Also, may her close beloved mother, Mrs. Dhammika Ranasinghe, live a healthy long life and enrich this current human life and succeed in all her future endeavors. Also, may her sister, Miss Vidumini Ranasinghe, who celebrates her birthday on 2023-11/28, succeed in all her endeavors. Lastly, Mrs. Dhammika from Kumhiangoda, holding the membership number 26, IL 6769E348, contributed to disseminating this historical Datiswala Puja as a Dhamma Dhanya or contribution for the dissemination of the Dhamma. May her wishes come true. May her deceased mother-in-law, which is WM Tikiri Manike gain a blessed human life and stop the cycle of rebirth and approach to the path of nirvana. Also may her close beloved daughter, Miss Vihangi Varnakula Surya, live a healthy long life and enrich this current human life while excelling in all her endeavors.